Hey, it's Daddy Steve. Please like and subscribe. Okay, so this is another definitive commander review, this time SCIPIO Africanus. Let's get straight into it. Okay, unmatched strength, AOE, rage cost 1000. Just before going into any further, I've got 5 years experience in the game, so trust me, this is the benefit of all that experience, and I only really be highlighting AOE commanders. I feel those are the ones you should focus on, whether you're starting off in the middle or towards the end. Focus on your AoE. So anyway, deals direct damage to up to 3 enemy troops in a fan. Damage factor 2000. Every additional target reduces the damage to each target by 15%, aka like every other commander, very standard, but it's only the 3. It's not the 5. 3, just like Huan Yu, and the main comparator, especially because they're both infantry, will be Huan Yu. Troops hit by this skill though lose 30% health for 3 seconds. So for Guan Yu, you've got silence, which will stop this active skill triggering at all. So we'll stop this active skill triggering for as long as the silence is in place, as I understand it. You know what I mean? So yeah, Huan Yu saves up against a Scipio. That triggers for 3 seconds. If it triggers at the same time, as I understand it, this active skill would never trigger. That's why Huan Yu is my number 1. And you can say that applies to anybody else who doesn't have, like the ZL. I explained who ZL was on a different video. It's an Archer Commander AoE, who can actually, has a sort of 50% chance of a debuff of the active skill from Juan or anybody else. Not from Juan, sorry. Which overrides that silence. Anyway, let's move on. Passive skill. So passive skills are not affected by the rage bar. This commander's infantry units gain 40% attack, 15% march speed, not bothered about the march speed. And whilst outside of Alliance territory, the infantry units gain an extra 10% march speed. Listen, I'm only going to talk about it since he's brought it up twice. If you're marching somewhere, I must admit, it does make you slightly happier when you get there slightly quicker. It does. It makes you slightly happier, but let's say the fundamental is we're not bothered about march speed. If anybody's seen Fight Club, I know everybody's not old enough to see Fight Club, but the rule of Fight Club is you never mention march speed. Okay, little heads up. Strategic pressure. It's another passive skill. It's a single target type damage thing, and it's all skill damage, obviously. So if this commander's troop is attacking another troop on the map, which is obviously what we're built to do, what we mainly want to do, surely in KVK and get the fun out of the game. Anyway, infantry units in in their troop gain 20% more health. That will definitely help you get. And you got to remember, we're taking away their health, so we're gaining health, which is lovely. Makes us nice and tanky, like I was talking about in other videos. So basically, just to kind of, since I mentioned it, in terms of our total troop number, yes, we will be taking damage, and that how robust we are to take that damage will depend on factors mainly including our health as much as our defense, obviously. And getting a 20% boost just makes us more tanky to take things, and the infantry are renowned for being the most tanky in this game. Whenever their troop launches a basic attack, it has a 10% chance to deal additional damage, 500 to the target, every second for 3 seconds with a cooldown of 8 seconds. So again, this is not dependent on the main skill, which is doing that 2000 damage for up to 3 people, assuming it's not silenced and all the other things. But there is a 10% chance, aka a 90% chance that it won't trigger, but a 10% chance that it will trigger, and if it does a 500 damage to the target every second for 3 whole seconds with an 8-second cooldown. Yeah, it's bit weak sauce, but we'll take it. If this commander, another passive skill, if this commander is on the map, whenever it takes skill damage, which is going to be all the time, it has a 50% chance to reduce that damage by 30%. Remember, I was talking about the health and the natural tankiness in general of infantry. So we'll reduce that damage by 30%, and also gain a damage absorbing shield for up to 3 nearby enemy troops. Friendly troops, not to be confused with the enemy ones. Nearby. Anyway, we shield 3 nearby Friendly troops for 3 seconds with a damage factor of 500. It doesn't say to self, does it? But it does say to 3 nearby friendly troops. So, yeah, all right, fair enough. And the 5th skill, this commander's troop deals 10% more skill damage. Okay, thank you very much. So, in effect, once you get that 5th skill, it doesn't do 2,000 damage, it does 2,200 damage. All right, because that's the only time we do skill damage, right? Let's double checking. Got additional damage factor. Okay, maybe. Damage factor again, that whole kind of... No, the damage factor is based on the shield, isn't it? Anyway, so, and their troops gain rage 30% faster if its current target is silenced. Obviously, my man here cannot target anybody with silence. It doesn't have that skill to inflict, silence on anybody. So you got to guess. I don't know who I'd target. I'm not talking about who to pair him up with because I don't want to get drawn into that. You can pair him up with anybody, but I think there's a definite candidate out there if you wanted to gain rage 30% faster. I just can't think who he is. I knew. Other considerations, same with everybody else. Commander, obviously, again, you can put him wherever you want. He is my secondary commander to Ranu. So he's not going to feature here, but he may be your primary somewhere else. So, you know, you might put him there. In terms of civilization, I'm all about kind of trying to optimize skill damage apart from Luce, really, especially when they're going out there's a battle. So, yeah, other than Luce and in the current meta, that's where I'm going. In terms of talent tree, where is my main? Don't mess with my band. Talent tree, so I have a butchers at this. Similar to others. I'm really not, oh gosh man, again, Fight Club rules. Don't mention march speed. When you use an active skill, up to 5 enemy troops lose 5% march speed. Who cares? Who cares? They can stick around all day, but they're going to take all my damage, all my attack, and they're going to be tanky from the health and defense. As about that. This is my talent tree. Take a good look. Hope that was useful. That is Steve. Please like and subscribe.